like a sailor in a green boat, like a sailor in a green coat. You can be free, you can be free and still come home. It's all right. I'm all right. They tricked you. They made you believe that they had all this to give. Specifically this cup here. That was the selling point. This magician here is like the King of Cups in reverse in this context here. You thought that you met a counterpart that was just like you. You know, they prioritized the cup just like you. Ace of Cups. But in reality, this person was a magician. They marketed love to you. They used your own love against you. They made you believe through a series of tricks that they would be filling this cup up, this cup that you love so much as the Queen of Cups. They said, hey, I have one of those too. I'm just like you. But really what they were here for was a handout. They were here for you to fill this cup. They were actually coming with their cup empty, asking you to fill it. And for the romantics out there, unfortunately, I have to burst your bubble today too, because it would be one thing if this person was coming to you with an empty cup and they were convincing you that they were like you so that you would fill their cup. You know, people do all sorts of things to feel loved, to feel accepted, to belong, especially if they're broken inside. That sort of a storyline really appeals to an empath archetype like the Queen of Cups. But this was not that. The reason why they wanted you to fill your cup wasn't for them. It was so they could sell it on the black market with the Seven of Cups. This person here, they're not even an energy vampire. They are a supplier. They collect pure essence, pure clean water, like a rare spring flowing through the mountains. They collect this and they sell it on the black market, or they treat it. They don't use it for themselves. This is not for them. They're not in need. They tricked you. They put on an elaborate show for some here, and all the while, if anything, they just wanted to use you as like a stagehand, like a sexy woman to just kind of be there in the backdrop as they're putting on their show. But for some of you, they didn't even go that far. They didn't want to be associated with you in that way because this is all fake. This is all pretend. This is completely, I'm hearing rubbish, which to me is like British. So someone could be British here. Or you have ancestry, right? So we have the devil peeking out of this deck here that I'm going to use, but I pulled these cards prior to this reading because, to be honest with you, I had to kind of think about how I was going to present it because it's a really dark energy, guys. It's a really painful energy. It's the same sort of energy that I've heard people's stories where they talk about what it's like to be in a relationship with a narcissist or marry a narcissist. It's like they change overnight, the mask drops, and the whole thing that you fell in love with was simply just a reflection of your own water, your own cup. You were bending over and looking into the stream of your own reflection. It's almost like this person is an NPC. They don't have emotion. There's nothing behind their eyes. They're almost like a simulation. They're a magician in the reverse. They're here to collect this water from you, or they were, because with the Eight of Cups, some of you have already sailed away in your big green boat wearing your big green coat. See, for some of you, this person was such an emotional manipulator that they could have expressed like extreme emotion to you. Like, I love that Geese song. I love Cameron Winter. I think he's a Libra. I thought he was a Scorpio just because of like the raw emotion of his singing, but he's actually a Libra, I'm pretty sure. But, and this is not commentary on that song. That song just kind of encompasses the emotion of this whole sort of a scenario here. You can be free and still come home. And he says, you can change, and still choose me. So I feel like I'm seeing this person getting down on their knees, like begging you as you're either threatening to walk away or already have for some here. Like they're holding on to you for dear life. But why? And if this reading does not apply to you, just let it fly, right? Because this is a phenomenon that I've seen. In my own life and in the lives of others. I've heard countless stories. So this is a message that it's not so niche that it won't reach anyone. But this magician in the reverse thing, this is like an NPC, guys. Like, this is not even like a human soul. And I'm not saying that out of bitterness with the devil, this person's not even a human soul. But I'm serious when I say this is more of an entity masquerading as a human being. And I'm not saying that as an insult, like this person's a demon, this person's an entity, I hate this person. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying this is a spiritual phenomenon. This is not, yeah. Some people just think I'm absolutely batshit insane when I say stuff like this, and that's fine. That's because you haven't experienced it, and I'm glad for you, because once you experience something like this, you're forever imprinted with a certain it just makes you really skeptical because the level of trickery that's here, it's an emotional form of trickery. But there's another layer to this. This is not just like somebody really hurt the collective. They lied. They pretended that they were going to reciprocate this Ace of Cups back and forth. But in reality, they were just, an emotional manipulator or an energy vampire. Like they were using me for my love and support, or they were using me for comfort. For some, it's like they used you as a mother, or how, whatever. It doesn't have to be a mother as in you are a woman. This is like you could be a man who has a sensitive heart and has been drawn to whoever you're interested in a way of like, I can comfort them. I can be the person that they never had before. Or for some here, you could even be this other person that I'm talking about that has overcome toxic traits within yourself, where maybe you used to be somebody who was unintentionally an energy vampire because you were so desperate for human touch, human connection, like some sort of moment that could give you an escape from the suffering that you experience on the inside, right? It's rare, but it happens. People can change. So I always leave a little room for the possibility of a narcissist or an energy vampire, or somebody who has manipulated others to repent. The word repent actually means to turn. So that's all it is. It's like they're going down a path and then suddenly it's like they come back to themselves and realize, what am I doing? Because, sometimes people are energy vampires, or they're emotional manipulators because they're on drugs, or they struggle with alcohol, with the devil, right? But this is not quite, maybe for some, I'm not quite talking about that archetype today, right? I'm talking more about something very esoteric, very spiritual. This is ancient. This is not something that you've only seen one time. This is an NPC, if you want to put it that way. They don't have a human soul. They are here to collect this pure essence, this concentrate. Now, we started with the Queen of Cups, but I also have a whole other message that has to do with essence as well. But instead of it being love, instead of talking about that you are an empath, I'm hearing Heyoka empath for some. It's also another element with the Sun and the Queen of Wands, and with the Magician in the upright, this would be you. The reason why you would be around a magician in reverse to begin with is because you would be the polarity of that. You'd be a real magician, right? And any magician knows that you can use your power for evil if you so choose, of course. But paired with the Queen of Cups, I'm talking to magicians today that know their own power, that know their own strength, that know the sort of pull they hold as well, and we'll get into that side of it. you know what you have here with the Queen of Cups and the Magician, or you're learning that through this self-worth journey in detaching from this sort of an energy that we're talking about today, the one who tricked you. But you're not a trickster. You're not a trickster. Someone's name could be like Trixie or something like that. Excuse me. I feel like that came through. I think that name came through when I was talking about you could have been dealing with somebody that looked at you like a pet, like a cat named Trixie, and it was Trixie's Instagram. Like everybody was coming to see Trixie the cat, which would be this sun energy with the Queen of Wands. This is like an energy that attracts a lot of eyes, very, very magnetic. To me, the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands are magician archetypes. They're magically inclined. So that's why they're so magnetic and so charismatic, because they channel this solar power. But it's not just that. They know how to harness the solar power. It's like taking solar power and using solar panels, like you're channeling the sun. You're using the sun wisely. This other was not. In fact, they were draining you of your life force, I'm hearing chi, which I would think of more as the sun here. But it's like it's the water and it's the vitality with the sun. This person had you keep filling their cup again and again and again. They kept asking for refills with the Six of Pentacles. And you kept giving those refills. And when you wouldn't give them, if you were feeling tired or you had pulled back your energy in any way, they would manipulate you, gaslight you, emotionally twist you to give it to them, and they wouldn't stop attacking you until they got that refill. But again, I would even argue for the case of compassion that if this person was doing all of that, even as evil as that is, if they were drinking the water themselves, I'd be setting this reading in another category. But since I'm seeing this person take this artisan water and literally sell it in a back alley on the black market with the Seven of Cups, and they receive some sort of financial compensation for that, I just don't have that sort of bandwidth. I don't know about y'all, but there's a side of me that's a retired empath because of shit like this, right? But this is what all this has taught you. If you're relating to this message, it's the King of Swords. Once you deal with a narcissist, you become, or you have the opportunity to become, what is called the dark empath. That's what I consider myself now. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments. Because when you're just pouring your soul out on the ground like blood for another person, and they don't even appreciate it, because for some this is like a computer program. Like, this isn't even a person. This would be like sending ChatGPT a picture of your soul pouring out upon the ground. And it's just like, thank you for your contribution. Especially with the King of Swords, right? This is cold. And the King of Swords came out with the Seven of Cups, right? So he's the mastermind. The way I'm seeing this is like remote viewing. Like there's a mastermind here and it's this King of Swords. And guys, this is a high level sort of thing I'm talking about here. This is like the underworld, right? So I'm seeing this guy in a control tower with a bunch of levers and televisions. And he is kind of controlling, like a marionette, this magician character, this NPC. It's like he's literally writing the script for this person to say. I'm seeing a specific program. There's a specific game here that I'm seeing, and this is what it is. It directly has to do with damaging your self-esteem with the Queen of Wands. I'm seeing a few specific settings or plays in this game, like run this play. So we're gonna run this play. We're gonna bring in a third party. Like this is somebody who would be, if you're this Queen of Cups here, which in this part of the story you would be, just pouring out your soul for this magician in the reverse with the King of Swords, and then come to find this King of Swords has got this little Queen of Wands thing over here. Without a care in the world, you know, you could be slaving away for this person energetically, trying to make a house a home or trying to like comfort them as they're just completely emotionally manipulating you. So as they're doing all that, they're draining you. So you have nothing left. When you're in that state, which is a really hard state to be in, that's why I just wore the clown nose right in the thumbnail, right? Hong Kong, because this is like super dark, guys. And I apologize, but I've got to get this message out. To be honest with you, I didn't really want to do this. Just because I so closely relate to this, and a lot of you guys do. Like, I've seen so many comments, guys, and there's not really much to say other than Eight of Cups, right? Now, for some of you, you relate to my reading that I did number like a sailor in a green boat, like a sailor in a green coat. You can be free. You can be free and still come home, please. Da-na-na. It's too late. It's called It's Too Late. That reading. Where I'm waving goodbye in the thumbnail with the Eight of Cups here. Some of you are on that side of things. Some are still in this situation, hence today's reading, to kind of just validate, possibly even decipher what's been going on here, because this is so layered. This is so foggy with the Seven of Cups and the Magician in the reverse. This is like, and intentional with the King of Swords, and highly spiritual with the Devil. This is an intentional energy vampire. I'm hearing this is contracted. If you believe in this sort of thing, this person was paid to use you as a target to kind of drain you. I'm seeing them milking you like a cow, right? You could be trying to leave this situation and this person is holding on for dear life. They could be, like I said, on their knees, just like, crying. They're like Mr. Passionate all of a sudden, or Miss Passionate here, just like pouring out their heart, saying all the things that you wish that they would have said. Guys, unfortunately, I'm seeing that as like a script with the King of Swords. Now back to what I was saying before, because this is the second part. The first part is being in connection with this person. And for some, this has been multiple situations. It's gonna annoy me. I'm just gonna do it now. There's like a piece of hair or something like that. You can be free, you can be free and still come home, please. This person they could be singing at you like that, in that energy. It's like all of a sudden they're like begging you to come home, they're holding on. They're saying you can still be free. And we'll get to this part of the reading. You can still be free here. Just come home, please. But guys, unfortunately, there's no King of Cups here. There's a King of Swords, right? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I love you, King of Swords out here. In this context, this is not the King of Swords as an archetype. This is an aspect of this magician in the reverse. It's the sword aspect. They're using their intellect to manipulate on purpose. Like they're not at all authentic or genuine, guys, for who this particular message is for. And again, this is a particular thing for sure. Now, what this has done for you is this has made you into a dark empath, like I said. You are evolved spiritually because you have integrated this experience, or you're well on your way to that. You're not just a regular Queen of Cups anymore, guys. Now, the second aspect, back to that program that I was talking about, how it has a couple plays. The first play has to do with like this emotional extraction where they could need a lot of support, they could need a lot of help, where you counsel them, you help them, you nurture them with the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups, to the point where it's like you have nothing left for you, right? They're just taking all of that, right? And it's to sell it. It's not even to like have it for themselves. That's number one. Number two, I'm seeing another form of extraction, and it has to do with not your heart, not your empathetic nature, but with your magnetism, guys. With the Sun and the Queen of Wands, with your sacral chakra energy. This is like heart chakra, Ace of Cups, and sacral chakra, possibly root chakra as well, with the Queen of Wands and the Sun. This is extremely, this is sexy. This is alluring. This is a master manifester with the Magician, because you are a positive magician. You use your power with the Sun. You could have a big personality, extremely attractive. And even if you don't see yourself that way, guys, that's part of what they would have been feeding on, right? So keep that in mind as well. It's not this message. You might think like, well, I don't see myself as like all that. You know what I mean? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be rude, guys. I'm saying, that was this is my life lesson personally. This has been my life lesson, is self-worth and self-esteem. So that's how I know how to talk about it, right? But with the devil here, it's like they're using, for some of you, I'm hearing things like, I'm seeing them touching your face and being like, you just don't even know how beautiful you are. It's that sort of notion of like, they don't even know how beautiful they are, and that's what makes them so beautiful. They're using that. And for some of you, part of this journey wasn't just to become a dark empath, but to become this. Let me put it this way. In the shadow side of this archetype, it would be like a siren. This would be a siren energy. I personally believe that is the shadow aspect. I do think it's a shadow aspect, because to manipulate people, like to draw people in with your sexuality, if you stop there, there's a nuance to that. But if you continue, if you know that you can wrap somebody around your finger using your magnetism, using your sexuality, using this powerful energy, so that once you have that person, you can do what you will with them, that would be exactly what this other person was doing. For some of you, this person did draw you in sexually. For some of you, this person is an incubus or a succubus, excuse me, or they have that attached to them with the devil, right? So something else this person did for you actually is they could have caused some sort of like kundalini awakening. They could have given you like a sexual revolution here. You could have begun to see I'm just seeing it like this. They're just saying it to me to help me know how to translate this message. Like, my Lilith is in Capricorn. So check where your Lilith is, guys, in your birth chart, because that's like everything I'm talking about here. This is using this powerful energy, this magnetism, this charisma, this power. It's using that to fuel your manifestations, or to empower others, or to get what you want in an ethical way, right? It's seeing your power and using it in a positive way, where this person used it in a negative way. And I'm not even seeing them coming up as the King of Wands here. Like, they're not even showing up as the archetype that you are. You're showing up as the Queen of Wands. She just is that. That's why sometimes she doesn't even recognize her own power, guys, because, and you could be a man that I'm speaking to as well, is because it's so, you're so used to it. It's kind of like having trines in your birth chart, right? Where it just feels natural to you. You could be used to kind of just like getting a lot of attention, even if it's like negative guys. Like you could be thinking, how am I attracting these devils into my life? This is the irony. The reason why you're even attracting these devils into your life is because you have all of this. That's why. They literally, for some of you, like I said earlier, they literally handpicked you as a target to drain the Ace of Cups and the Sun from you. This person, it's like when you walk next to them, there's all of this sun and they're using it to cloak themselves in your light. So it makes them appear like, oh, they're so charismatic, or they're so funny, or they're so like electrical, they're so dynamic. Like for some of you with the King of Swords, this person could even be like some sort of a speaker, or you know, this could be somebody who would be kind of dry. And hey, I love all sorts of personalities, right? I listen to a lot of like radio voice, like NPR. Like I'll listen to a 2-hour lecture, like, so I'm not saying I love the King of Swords personally, but I'm saying in this context, this could be somebody that without you, they're kind of like boring guys. So they have you on their arm. And it's like all of a sudden they're like Mr. Hysterical here, or they're all of a sudden it's like people are like, hey, they're actually kind of like sexy. And before, this person was a freaking like, they couldn't even get anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gave this person, you made them look more attractive here. Like literally just by, I mean, even literally, it could be just standing next to them. It makes them look higher value. I'm getting those words. See, for this person, it's all about value. It's all about money. Like they're selling your energy on the black fucking market, spiritually speaking. This is a tricky one to get out of, guys. So, you know what I mean? Some have had to be very cautious and had a strategy of their own to be able to escape this level of manipulation with the Seven of Cups and the Magician and the King of Swords. This has taught you how to be a strategist. And that really is the final tier of what you've learned here. It's the Dark Empath. It's the Siren, but I'm not saying it in a negative way. And last, it's a strategist. It's taught you how to be a strategist, and it's taught you how to spot scams. It's taught you how to spot manipulators, gaslighters, liars, narcissists. Now, it's taken me over 40 minutes to get here, but we have arrived at this part of the message. The first step to freedom is acknowledgement. So now that we've acknowledged that this is what's been going on in this situation, we see the positives that we can glean from it, that we've actually gained valuable skills from this situation. Now, this is where this is what's happening next as you continue to emotionally detach from this. The Three of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. For some of you, you're literally already building a life with somebody else with the Two of Cups. Or this Two of Cups is the two of you. Really, it's the three of you here. the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Swords, these aspects are building a future together somewhere else. See, this Three of Wands is a card of the future. You are a magician. You are a manifester. So even if you're in this darkness right now, this message is showing you that even if it's subconscious, you have been building a new life for yourself somewhere else in the future. This could even be through visualization. But here's what I want to do is look at this a little bit. Because with the Lovers and the Six of Cups, guys, and there's the Three of Cups. Again, this could be the three aspects of you that you've gained from this very tricky situation. That's the silver lining here. You have become this. You're like an unstoppable force now, guys. But for some of you, it's like your soul has already connected with a soulmate here with the Lovers and the Six of Cups. And this would be something that's happening in the future with the Three of Wands. So I want to take a look at this, where you're headed. Because it's like your soul is already on the road, even if you still feel trapped in this situation. Because for some of you, this person has used like money manipulation. Like they could have put you through hell to where you like couldn't work for a period of time, or you got like into debt or something like that, right? Where it's like they have you kind of trapped. So it's like your credit, they could have caused by acting this way, by doing this, it could have been so challenging that and if it's not exactly this, it would be something like this financially. Financial abuse is what I'm talking about here. It would be where it's like it got you in a spot where like your credit is tanked, so you can't like get an apartment, or it's like they have you in some sort of a trapped seeming situation, and that was exactly their plan. Again, unfortunately, guys, not because they love you, but because they want this drink, they want this water. Now, for some, they're directly feeding an entity attachment that's attached to them, right? So this is very spiritual, like I said, right? This is not what meets the eye at all. And that's just how they like it, right? But you're the sun. You're the light. Some of you are whistleblowers. You're gonna like expose. Some of you are gonna like write an expose. Some of you are like journalists with the King of Swords, or speakers. You're gonna use these skills that you have, King of Swords, Queen of Wands, and Queen of Cups, to use all of this that you've gone through to like heal people. Excuse me, or to expose things. Confirmation. So let's clarify these, everybody. We have the Three of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. I don't think I even gave my intro. If I did, we're going to hear a second one. If I didn't, hello and welcome back to the Metamystic Show. It's Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. This is a collective, timeless reading. They tricked you. Now, for some of you, this could be something you're even thinking back on. And for those of you that that's the case, I'm seeing this as something that you are grateful for because it made you into the person that it shaped you like clay into the person that you wanted to become, that you were destined to become, that you were, I'm hearing, contracted to become. So this was all a contract, actually, for a lot of people here. But you were targeted. That's why it's such precise manipulation, because it uses all of your weaknesses against you. You've been able to turn your weaknesses into your greatest strengths, or that is what the potential is here. And they're saying each and every person who's been through a situation like this has the ability to turn this into something positive for yourselves. There's the King of Wands. I feel like this is a new person, guys. But it's going to take a little time here. Like, this is something in the future, like I was saying with the Three of Wands. Yeah, this person has a lot of passion and they're very spiritual. I feel like if you told them this story, they would know what you're talking about. Right? Clarifying the Three of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. We have the Chariot at the bottom. Oh boy, guys. This Chariot's been coming through quite a bit. See, this is just another bit of evidence showing you that your manifestation is working. You could be manifesting your way out of a situation like this. Now, this whole thing could even be like a metaphor. You know, it might not even be a direct person. This could be a place in your life that you feel trapped by. Like you feel like your energy's being drained. And you've been manifesting a cosmic escape car. This is just another reference, guys, to the readings I've been doing recently. See, you're making investments in a future timeline with the Three of Wands and the Six of Pentacles and the Chariot. And with the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck, this is a very tricky, nuanced situation that takes a lot of, I'm hearing, mental acuity and precision with the King of Swords. You've had to be very, I'm hearing, spontaneous. That's not at all what I was going to say. I was going to say you've been very strategic, but possibly you've had to throw this person off by suddenly being spontaneous with the Queen of Wands. It's like you've had to learn how to beat this person at their own games. And I hate videos just saying that talk about like how to outsmart a narcissist and all that. I would not waste your time, my opinion. That's not what I'm referencing here. I'm not saying you learn how to outsmart the narcissist. You're going to be playing ping pong with that narcissist for the rest of your fucking life if you start playing with the narcissist, right? I would not recommend that, but that's not my business. I'm just saying personally, I see videos like that. I think that they're toxic. I think that they do more harm than good. My advice would always be get out if you can. Eight of Cups, right? This stuff's tricky. It takes a multi-stepped, multi-tiered plan with the Seven of Swords. And that's what I would focus on. You know, if you're trying to get away from this, I would keep your eye on the prize there. And, you know, that would be a very small minority that I would be speaking to on that point, because really who this reading is for are people that are manifesting the Chariot. And you're sure about that decision, but you just need like help getting there, or you've been following spirit on what to do next. Because like I said, for some of you it's like a money thing, or this person caused problems in your life so it tanked your credit, so you feel trapped. You could have, narcissists, they separate us from, all of the people that we know and stuff, so you could have like burned bridges with people, so you have nobody that you could like move in with, or whatever. Guys, I don't know what everybody's situation is. I'm just seeing an energy of you manifesting a way out of this, even if you're just fantasizing about that, just hoping for the universe to show you how to have like a better life, right? Now, for some, this could be all talking about a job with the Eight of Pentacles, which is crazy. That's a bad job, right? And that's a real thing. So it could be, apply this where it needs to go, guys. Keep my readings can be very abstract and metaphorical. I posture them the way I do, first of all, because I know that this is a lot of people's story, but second of all, because we have these archetypes here with the court cards showing up as actual people, right? Clarifying the Three of Wands, we have the Empress. Guys, you're just so much better than all of this. You know what I mean? Part of this whole thing has been to show you how coveted what you possess really is. Like, you have so much here with the Empress, and you can just keep creating and birthing new things with the Magician and the Empress and the Sun. It's like you have an eternal wellspring of inspiration and knowledge and abundance and love to give, guys. Like, this can go to a better cause. I mean, I would even argue the best cause is to do this towards yourself, at least for a little while. Like, water yourself, like give to yourself, love yourself, focus on yourself. Even if you are in this situation currently, trust me, it's possible, right? The Empress. This is who is manifesting this future, is this Empress. That's you. Even if you're a man, guys. It's just showing the reason why you would have gotten yourself in a mess like this to begin with is because you have this heart that loves people. Fuck you for that, right? It's like, damn. It's like you're so loving, you're so beautiful, you're so amazing, you're so kind, you're so caring for the people that you love, that this is like coveted on the astral black market, because that's how powerful this pure essence really is. Clarifying the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Two of Pentacles. This is the only wrench. This is the only issue that I see here on this manifestation so far that you're building towards with the Eight of Pentacles, is this Two of Pentacles. You could find yourself going back and forth between being confident in this manifestation and in kind of falling back into old patternings with the Four of Pentacles, simply because this situation is such high stress and it's so confusing with the Seven of Cups, and it's it takes so much of your energy with the sun. You could find that you feel like drained, guys. Like you could find that it's hard to kind of stay focused and stuff like that. But what I'm seeing here is that if you will just keep your eye laser sharp and focused, this is being built. Now I'm seeing the Two of Pentacles in a more positive way as well. If you stay laser focused on this manifestation and just keep moving that direction energetically, this Two of Pentacles is like building. It's an energy of momentum with the Two of Pentacles. It's a routine. So this is what they're saying. They're saying have a routine where you can spend some time meditating, visualizing, and manifesting from your powerful heart space this future timeline. Like have a routine, like have a ritual, have some sort of a practice, or the Two of Pentacles to me is like a daily routine. So if you could take a little bit of time every single day and just focus on visualizing this future manifestation, it will continue to build. And I'm getting that just like as an absolute, guys. That's not like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. If you just continue to focus on that, I'm hearing hyperfixate on it for some of us. It is a form of escapism from this dark situation. It's like a positive escapism. If you focus on whatever this is. I mean, some of you here might, even with the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, be literally like stacking money here with the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. This is a lot of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Like you could be working your ass off even with the Ten of Wands, trying to like save money or build your credit back up or whatever this is, guys. You're showing up as the Empress. So whatever could have happened here financially, or it could even be like your emotional stability or your self-esteem that has broken down from this situation. The only way that you could ever have been stopped is by stuff like this. Like you wouldn't have been, they had to trick you. They had to trick you in order to stop you. They couldn't just stop you. They couldn't just keep you where you were. Four of Pentacles. They had to trick you into wanting to do that for yourself. So you could have even been going through a time of stagnancy, or you feel that way currently. But just keep, my ear is ringing. My left ear is ringing at a very high pitch. Just keep investing, guys, in this future timeline. It's working. Like it's working very well, I'm hearing. So just keep focused on that and have a routine. And finally, clarifying the Two of Cups, we have the Eight of Pentacles, guys. So I said this earlier in the reading, and this might be controversial because if you're with somebody right now, technically this would be cheating, right? But, like I said, NPC, master manipulator, the devil, the King of Swords, having to have an elaborate escape plan with the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Not saying I condone cheating, guys, but I'm just saying it's kind of like whatever. I'm not God. So we have the Two of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles here. I feel like this is referencing what I was saying before, that part of this building in a different timeline could be you building with another person here. Let me just ask on that. Let me just see that really quick. Let me get my small cards. Dang, triple confirmation in this reading. Yeah, look, guys. Some of you are literally Two of Pentacles, like visualizing with the Lovers, like a future lover. Now, for some of you, you might not even be picturing a specific person, but kind of manifesting like a type like you could be like visualizing a king of cups, like a real one, and be pulling that sort of a person in and like saying to the divine or whoever your higher power is, like, I want a king of cups. I don't want a manipulator that pretends to be a king of cups. I want a real king of cups, right? So some of you, this isn't even a person that you know yet. But this is more like praying for a better day here, right? We're never stuck, guys, but I'm never going to lie to people and be like, "Oh, it's just so easy. Why don't you just leave that abuser?" You know what I mean, guys? It's so complicated that I don't even want to talk about it. If you know, you know, right? Yeah, because I see those comments a lot online. Like, well, why don't you just leave them? It's like they have landlocked people. Like, they have drained them of all their money, all of their energy, all of their emotions, like their credits in the fucking shitter. Like, they've made it so that they don't have any friends anymore or any family that they could even like stay at their place until they get an apartment. Like, this is evil. You know what I mean, guys? So it's like, and again, I'm not trying to be discouraging. I'm saying this is your way out, is you manifesting this way out, right? Like, and again, this doesn't have to even just be a person, like a romantic relationship. This could even be like, I'm stuck, like I have all this debt that I feel like I'm drowning under, or I feel stuck in this situation that I don't know how to get out of. That can be equivalent emotionally to dealing with a narcissist, depending on how bad the situation is for some people, right? There's always hope, guys. That's this sun. I don't have to preach that to you guys. You know this. You've implemented this. You're grateful. You see the bright side of things. You are a high vibrational being. You know how to take the silver lining out of a terrible situation like this and turn it into power. You're a dark empath now, and no one can take that away from you. Clarifying the Two of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles with the Chariot in the reverse. With the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is like holding you back. Actually, it's like this. The Eight of Cups is kind of like a minor arcana energy that would be similar to the Chariot. But the Chariot is a much more powerful spiritual energy. Again, with the energy manipulation, with the Magician in the reverse and the Devil. With the Chariot in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles, the mundane Four of Pentacles and the highly spiritual and esoteric, the Chariot in the reverse. This shows me magician-like behavior. Once again, that they could even sense, they could even wonder, like, oh, do they have another person? Or, you know, they could even be trying to attack this other person, guys. So be careful, like, if you know who this is. Let me get some more clarification on that. Because this is at the seven, with the Seven of Cups, this is referencing that magician. Like, they could even be currently causing you to be kind of in like a fight or flight mode or panic mode with the Nine of Swords. Clarify the Chariot in the reverse with the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, we have the Ace of Wands. They feel intuitively, because this person, ironically enough, they're extremely spiritual. This negative magician, they're extremely spiritual. They could feel like you have a spark with a new person. like somewhere in the future. And so they are doing everything in their power to block this manifestation from coming to pass. But I'm seeing you like building this on another timeline with the Two of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. So I'm going to leave that there. Like, I don't want to dox anybody's astral location, if you know what I mean. But that's what I'm getting, guys. This is a actually very, very positive reading. It's just very emotionally and energetically draining with the Sun and the Ace of Cups. This is like, it takes all you have to just keep taking these baby steps forward, these strategic steps to move yourself out of a situation. Now, for some of you, this is an extremely practical message having to do with saving money. Believe it or not, with the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, like, this is, it does take a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of focus. It's very challenging to pull yourself out of a hole of debt, or trying to fix your credit, or some of you could have filed for bankruptcy, or you could have some sort of like debt settlement or consolidation thing you're trying to work on. I would recommend all of that boring King and Queen of Pentacles stuff, guys. Like, if you can get in control of your finances, then you can get in control of this person's energy. Because once you're able to, I'm seeing the Nine of Pentacles. If you can just, and we have the Empress here in all actuality, but if you can just get yourself into, like, focus on where you can have control. Focus on building up your finances and getting in control of some aspect of your life. Now, for some of you, it might not be money. For some, you might have money, and that's not the issue. It could be more of an emotional thing with the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups, where this person just throws you for a loop, man. And it's like you can't even function as you normally would. So focus completely on that then. Focus completely on taking care of yourself with the Empress. Like, do everything you possibly can to get yourself in a strong position emotionally so that no one can rock you. I mean, the King of Cups to me would be the perfect example of someone whose emotions cannot be rocked. Like, they do really well in challenging situations. They calm themselves down and they calm everybody else down. But we do have the Queen of Cups here. I feel like for some of you, you're manifesting someone like that can help you to balance out your energies. Because with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, you could have a battle between that a little bit here. You could have a battle between, like, your emotional side and, like, your drive. Like, maybe you overwork yourself to death, or maybe you, like, hyperfixate on, like, your looks or something like that, so that there's something like out of balance here. And it would be if you're dealing with this sort of a situation with the devil, right? And the magician and everything. So whatever you can do to balance, which would be the Two of Pentacles, that's the final message on this Two of Pentacles. Whatever you can do to remain as balanced as possible in any area that's out of whack right now, do that. And continue to build upon that reality. Continue to manifest this reality where you have the control with the devil. Like, you're the manifester of your own freaking life. Like, you're the one driving the car with the chariot, and you're making investments, Six of Pentacles twice, on that pathway, even if it's tricky. With the Seven of Swords, even if you feel like you have to be tricky, sometimes you have to be tricky. And that's what this is with the Queen of Wands. I was calling it a siren energy, but it's so much deeper than that, guys. it's the mastermind energy with the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands, where you might even be like playing dumb to this person or situation, like while you're strategically moving your way out of something, right, guys? Hey, there's a lot of nuance with stuff like this. I don't judge anybody because you don't know what people are struggling with, and how challenging and how degrading these situations can be, and how it makes you feel like you can't even think. Like, it's like your brain isn't even working as it should because it's so fried from dealing with all of these like demonic mind games and stuff that you can't even function well enough to move yourself out of it, even if you are wanting that for yourself with the Eight of Cups. So again, this would be the overall advice. Two of Pentacles, to balance out anything that's out of balance, because that's how you take control. If it's money, save that money, fix that money situation. If it's like more of an emotional thing, take care of yourself. Like, go to counseling if you can, read books, listen to podcasts that are healing, like listen to music that's healing, soothing things. With the King of Swords, like, educate yourself in any way that you possibly can and keep your mind busy so that you are fixating on positive things and moving into a better future for yourself, so that you don't get caught ruminating in this madness over here, right? So I love you guys so much. I know this was a heavy one, but they really wanted me to walk through this, like walk through the landscape here. And because part of this is exposure with the sun. I just heard exposure therapy. For some of you, just hearing me talk about it could be helping you to like strategize with the King of Swords in your own situation. It kind of helps hearing somebody process externally. But there's another aspect here with the King of Swords and the sun. Like, some of you are meant to expose stuff like this. Like, you're here to expose the darkness with the sun and the devil. So this was just part of your training, you know? Like, some of you guys are really called to, like, this is directly tied to some sort of work that you're doing here, or that you will do in the future as this Empress that helps to bring healing and wholeness to people through your own experience. Healers usually have a crazy backstory, right? And we're no different, right, everybody? So I love you guys. You guys are so strong. I'm so proud of you. And thanks for listening. If you would like to listen to the Metamystic Show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, feel free. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. EST. I also offer personal readings. If you are interested in booking one, my info is down below. You can just send me an email, and I'd love to read for you guys. I enjoy connecting with you on a personal level. And thank you to everybody who donates to support the show. I deeply appreciate it, you guys. Forgot if I showed this cool necklace. It's like a little starfish with a shell and a pearl. People were saying that they like the under the sea background. I really like it too, guys. It's very like Queen of Cups. They showed me that they really wanted me to focus more on the Queen of Cups within me, and then bring that sort of water energy to the collective. So I hope that is translating, because I've been spending a lot more time in this healing place with myself, with the Queen of Cups, nurturing myself, loving myself, connecting with myself spiritually, so that I can move into my higher timeline too, right? All right, guys, much love, and I'll see you on the next one.